Almost the end of the year. Time to look back what happened in 2024 and what will and might happen in 2025. We're going to give you our predictions for the new year. Hi, my name is Joost.
And I'm Jolanda.
From Dutch Theme Park Network. Let's dive in. This is the second time we make a prediction video. We did one last year and let's check the scores.
We have to, right?
We have to.
Yeah.
Let's recap them once more, because next year we will make a new video with new predictions, and of course we will look back to see who of us made the best predictions for 2024. So once more, my predictions. Efteling completes their outer area of Danse Macabre and will open it up before the end of May. Efteling announces the replacement of the Ravelijn show. Toverland launches a new opening for their Halloween nights. The night battle at Hellendoorn will suffer for opening problems and will break down several times. And my fifth one is Walibi Holland has to close down one of its major roller coasters for more than 1 month. And yours?
I think Danse Macabre will open with hard-ticketed spooky events. I think Toverland will announce the replacement of the Maximus Blitz coaster. I think by the end of this year, so by the end of 2024, the Efteling will announce its next major project to be built in the new area of Efteling. And I think Walibi will announce... Oh, I missed one. I think Toverland will host a food festival, or Efteling, but I think Toverland will host a food festival next year. And I think Walibi will announce a construction of an interactive dark ride.
Right. Yes. And you squeezed in a sixth one?
I squeezed in a sixth one. I think that when Piranha will come out of maintenance, they will add a water playground area next to it.
Okay, so I won last year's predictions.
Yeah.
But actually I'm not the best predictor as well. To be clear, we make predictions we think that will happen.
And we don't stay on the safe side.
We have some ground rules, and the first one is that what we predict is not announced yet. And if there is an announcement, then it wouldn't be a prediction, then it's news. And it must be on the brink, might happen or might not happen. And that is where it gets the most tricky. Yeah, because I won last year's battle. This year you are the first one to choose one of your predictions for 2025. So let's start predicting the future. Jolanda, your first prediction for 2025.
Last year I was way out there, so my first prediction is a bit on the safe side. It has not been announced officially. There has been news, of course, in the past that Efteling will introduce King Winter in Winter Efteling. He is not here yet, but this year there are a lot of references, especially in shows, to King Winter. So my prediction is that next year we will see King Winter in Efteling.
Oh, that one is on top of my list as well. I think it will happen. We can see him already at the fairy tale show, where Wolf is dressing up like King Winter.
Yeah, he dresses up, but we can't see King Winter anywhere in Efteling. We can only hear him, so we can hear his soundscape, but he's only mentioned so far, and next year we will see him.
There are already drawings from several years ago where we could see King Winter. As I feel the temperature, it's like he is already here. Let's hope so. It was my prediction as well, but then I have to choose another one as my first prediction. Let's head over to Toverland, and I predict that Toverland will add a new Halloween experience next year. A next level Halloween experience. I'm not sure what it will be. Normally Toverland has 5 scare houses.
Well, they lost one actually this year.
They closed one. They closed one, and I think that is because they are working on a next level experience for the park in the upcoming years.
It's a good one.
I think it might happen, and I'm hoping for it, because last year they introduced Now You're Mine, and we did it again this year, and it was way better than last year.
Yes.
And it proves that Toverland can do Halloween really well, and they can use a next level experience to beat the competition like Walibi Holland.
But that's difficult because Walibi is still very good.
Oh yeah, I love Halloween at Walibi. Your second prediction.
I had one about Toverland, and that's very close to it, so I'm skipping that one. It wasn't exactly the same, but a little bit out there, and maybe also something I hope. But my prediction is that next year Efteling will announce, I think it's too soon that they will actually realize, but announce that they will close Carnival Festival and that they're going to make a Yoki and Jet Travel Around the World ride. And that it will stay on the same place, but they will use some of the old parking lot, and they will also rearrange it in a way that the exit will be through the gift shop.
Yeah, predicting actually kind of the new Carnival Festival, and it might happen because we all know that there is a lot to do about Carnival Festival. And looking at all the dark rides, it is
necessary.
It is necessary to do something for Carnival Festival.
And I think they can stick close. Yoki and Jet are massively popular in the Netherlands. There's also a television show about Yoki and Jet, and I think
good IP.
They travel the world in an air balloon, and they could easily rearrange the attraction, staying close to the original, but making a Yoki and Jet travel around the world.
Traveling in a hot air balloon around the world, maybe an ETF trackless ride.
Maybe not even another track system, but they will rearrange all the decors and maybe even the track itself.
That before the grand renovation of Fata Morgana. Oh wow!
I think they will announce it. I think that's not a prediction. That's Fata Morgana will be something they will start on next year. This will something they announce that they're going to do, and I think. If they're going to do it, and maybe this is a hint for Efteling, they can do it in a way that's also more wheelchair accessible. Now with the stairs, it's more difficult, so they can do it in a way that there won't be stairs needed.
Interesting. Curious what will happen, but it might happen. It's a nice prediction. Let's say I've come over to Efteling as well for my second one. And maybe this is an easy one because we have got some clues about it. But my assumption is that in the next year we will see Efteling bring back the wings at the Six Swans.
That's a safe bet.
We know they're working on it, and I think...
we even saw a prototype.
We saw a prototype, and I'm quite sure that in the upcoming year, at some point they will add it, and maybe even before the end of the year, because we record this on the 9th of December, and we know that in the end of December, Six Swans will close for several days. So,
yes.
Even if it's in there, it's up score for me. Yes, because before the end of 2025.
Then we have to edit it fast, this one. Maybe if you can't edit it fast, then it's already realized before this video gets out.
I have a point before we release the video.
Who knows?
Your third one.
Well, if you're going safe, I'm going safe. The third one is Archipel Phase 2 will become real.
Because you have to clarify this for some viewers, because Archipel is already there.
That's the water playground. It's a Phase 1 that is known. And there is a Phase 2, but Efteling hasn't announced when it will start, if it will ever come. And I think they will realize it next year.
There are some clues for that as well, because for the second phase there would be an adventure route on the back of Sirocco leading to Archipel. And of course they relocated the stage for Yoki and Jet.
Yes.
And that clears the ground for
the Phase 2.
The Phase 2 of Archipel. So this might happen as well.
Yep.
Maybe a less safe one. I go back to Toverland. We know there is a master plan for the upcoming years. There is some delay in it. I don't know why. But my prediction for the next year is that Toverland will announce that they will start working on a dark ride.
That one I had last year. It didn't come to fruition, so I hope you will be right this year.
I hope so. It is the main type of attraction Toverland can use, and it would add something for the complete family. I think it would be nice if they would build a dark ride, and I think it won't open next year, but I think it will be part of a new themed area. They are planning to open in 2028, 2029, but I think we can expect the announcement next year.
Then already my fourth, and it's getting more difficult, but I'm choosing still, I'm staying at Efteling, and my last one will be another park. I'm staying at Efteling, and this one is also sent in by Wouter Voorhees. And he said Ruigrijk will have a souvenir store, and it was also on my list.
Okay.
Ruigrijk is, of course, the roller coaster area in Efteling. They don't have a souvenir shop. They have a little souvenir stand outside near Nest, but they don't have a real shop. And I think they will add one. I don't know where, I don't know how, because I don't really see the space, except next to Python maybe. But that area could use a store.
That area could use an indoor store.
Yep.
There are a lot of souvenirs themed after Ruigrijk, so that would be nice to have a souvenir shop there as well. Curious, I think it's a little too soon, and we might expect that indoor souvenir shop when they expand the park behind Python, and not in the upcoming year. But
All could happen.
talking about that expansion, and maybe, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this one. Yes, I'm going to do this one, because I had a prediction on Ravelijn on my list, but that is an easy one.
Yeah,
And
I had
will give you
Ravelijn on my list as well. But, yeah.
Efteling announces drop indoor drop tower. Just like the system of
Tower of Terror?
Tower of Terror, in the same vibe. It's a little scary vibe. And I think they will place it on Strookrijk. This will be the first major expansion on the east side. And that's what I expect. Because looking at all the attractions in Efteling, they can use a real trail. A new coaster would be really quick after Baron. And I think indoor drop tower might happen, because you can place it, and there is King Winter coming along. You can place it that the people scream into the park, and that would be safe for the Lone St. Runense Duinen, that there won't be too much noise there.
It is a good prediction. It might be a bit fast, but I think a drop tower can be a really good addition to Efteling. Also, a hypercoaster or something would also be a good addition. So, Wouter,
I think we can expect a hypercoaster there as well in the upcoming years.
Wouter mentioned a second fairy tale forest on that area. I don't think they will do that, because it's the only area where Efteling can go high, higher than
Really
the tree line.
high.
Yeah.
Up higher than the pagoda even.
Yeah.
So I believe 70 meters high or something, really, really high. So if they are doing something there, they can add height. And that would be an Efteling first, because now they were limited to the
Tree line.
Tree line.
Yes. So that is a very good one. I'm limited by my 5 because I have a lot of choices now. I had a choice about...
We can drop in an extra one
Yeah.
in reserve.
Maybe something in reserve. I promised I would go to another park, so I will do that. I will go to Hellendoorn. And this is driven by our experience at Halloween this year. It wasn't the best experience. And there isn't really much heart and passion in the event. So I think maybe Hellendoorn will stop the event even next year. There will be no Halloween in Hellendoorn.
No Hexendoorn?
No Hexendoorn. No nighttime Halloween events. Daytime, no screams.
Okay, no screams. And
Yes.
I don't think they will stop it, because it's quite popular.
It is popular, absolutely. Slaghade is doing it better. That's also in the area. So they have a lot of competition now. They hadn't had that before. And yeah, there isn't any heart in the event.
It was leaking passion. When we were in the scare zones, there were only 2 scare actors, because they were limited in volunteers.
Yeah.
But they invested in a new Halloween experience this year.
Which wasn't...
We
best.
didn't did it because the queue was so long.
Yeah,
And
also
actually,
there the
we made a complaint, and Hellendoorn didn't
no
even react to it.
No,
So we'll skip it for sure next year.
definitely, and maybe it's not even there anymore next year.
Okay.
It is out there, of course. There's nothing known that they will go this route. Just something I think.
My 5th one. And okay, maybe I'm not sure. And I will make it really specific, because otherwise I think it would be way too easy. But I think that when Efteling Wonder Hotel reopens on the 17th of April next year, that they also added a new themed suite, and that's the easy one, but it will be themed after Danse Macabre.
Oh, staying in a haunted suite. Would you do that? I'm not sure if I would book that suite.
Immediately.
Oh no,
I would love to spend a night
in a haunted suite.
in a haunted suite. Yeah, for sure. I love Danse Macabre. The vibe is so well done. I can imagine a Gothic church vibe room with an organ. Oh, you can do so much fun things.
I can imagine it. I don't think I will sleep there. I will stay awake all night just checking
Looking around.
everything. Sure, there are no ghosts. It's a nice prediction.
And then that's all 5.
Yeah, I want the 6th one.
You want a 6. But first of all, let's head over to, because also we asked our viewers what do they think that will happen. And we mentioned some of Wouter Voorhees already.
Yeah.
But we had some more.
Yep.
And Megan Mauer said mine would be a new Ravelijn show. And, of course, we didn't include Ravelijn because the CEO, Fons Jurgens, already announced that 2025 will be the last year of the current show. And there will be a major update for Ravelijn in 2026.
My guess it will stay a show, but
Mine was the same.
Yeah.
He said, of course we told you it might be a walkthrough, but he also announced, well, that's one of the options. Another one is just another show. And I think because budget reasons, they will choose to renew the show.
yep, another kind, but
But
stay
she
show.
also predicted that Princess and the Pea will be interactive, just like the 6 Swans. And we asked, but she mentioned an interactive experience.
I don't think so. Princess and the Pea is very small, and I think they will stay very close to the drawings of Anton Pieck, and that's just a scenic, like Red Riding Hood, but smaller even. Something where you can see
It's
the princess.
actually the size of the egg-laying hen.
Yeah, it's very small. So I get the prediction because a lot of in the Fairy Tale Forest is interactive, especially the last additions to it. But I don't think this one. I do have a prediction that's very close though.
Let's wait for that one because we have one more prediction of our viewers, and that is Charlotte Vicarage, and she predicts that the Efteling will open Grand Hotel in late spring or June. We already assume that it will be the end of May, beginning of June, so those rumors
Probably.
are around.
Yeah.
The prices will probably be around €1,050 per night, and that's a prediction. And she says seeing it's a luxury hotel based on the new building company. And they might have some cutbacks, but a price of €1,050 per night.
I think if I have to venture a guess about the price of the Grand Hotel, I think it will be around €800 in low season and €1,200 in high season, so thousands. Yeah, I can see that being the cost of one night in the hotel.
It's probably quite realistic.
I think so.
Wouter Voorhees had some more predictions. He had a lot, and I love them all.
Yeah.
We already said he predicts a new Fairy Tale Forest in Strookrijk. No, that won't happen. There will be a kind of Halloween event, but they will name it differently, and it's only around Danse Macabre.
I can see that happening, or some extra entertainment. I can see Efteling experimenting with Halloween. I had it on my list. I didn't choose it, but I see.
I don't assume it will be an event. I think they will add some extra entertainment. I know that the director of the Charlatan shows do something
At night?
At night, and I can see it work. But I'm not sure they will do it as a special event, but maybe just a reason to open even longer and add something to the area.
I can see it growing to an event, though. They could really pull something off, but we've discussed it so often now.
They are going to make a new animated show about the Efteling. It will have 12 episodes and will be for all ages. This sounds like he knows something more than
I love how specific this is, and I can see this happening definitely. Efteling has had a lot of animated shows, Joke and Jet being one of them, but also other shows.
Sprookjesboom.
And they're still popular. The children love them. And they now have a collaboration with Videoland, which is a streaming service in the Netherlands. So I can see this happening.
It would be cool, and I will watch it for sure. So let's hope, and let's hope Wouter knows something more than we do.
We haven't seen everything about Joking yet, and we know the most popular
His
ones.
last one was the April Fool's joke will be funny this time. We can debate on that one.
I think they're funny, but judge yourself. We made an entire video about the April Fool's jokes. We'll link them. see yourself if they're funny. That's something you can debate on, if it's something that's funny or not.
And then we agreed to add an extra prediction in reserve.
In reserve, I have a lot to choose from. I like
as well.
I think Efteling will have area-specific snacks like the Dans Macabre sausage bread. I think
You have to choose one.
yeah.
In 3, 2,
No, give me more
one.
time. Oh.
Shall I go first? Because I'm quite clear on what my
No,
prediction is.
I have one, and that's related to the one of Megan. I think not the Princess and the Pea will be interactive, but I think they will add a little small. It's not the safe spot. The snack related area is probably better, but that in Lavelaar they will add a small ride like the Six Swans. So there will be an addition next year in Lavelaar, small one, small little ride.
We know Efteling wants to invest in Lavelaar because they think it has the same possible power as the fairy tale forest.
There is area there that's not used right now. There is a little table, but
It would be nice.
It
would be really nice to have something of an extra ride at.
and it can be small. It can be absolutely a kiddie ride, like a small little Ferris wheel, something like that in Lavelaar next year.
Okay. My prediction, and maybe also a safe bet, but I go over to Dans Macabre, where Dans Macabre is massively popular. The queues are most of the times an hour are up, even on the more quiet days. We've
Absolutely.
seen waiting times of 15 minutes,
But not often.
But not often. And that means that the queue is outside of the waiting area.
Yep.
And that's why I think that Efteling will introduce virtual queuing at Dans Macabre on the busy days. So they can turn it on and off. And when the queue area is full, they will start virtual queuing. So you can wander around at the Hiverwoud, maybe doing a ride in Piranha, and come back to enter the waiting journey as soon as there is room for you.
I had this on as well, but I had it more. I had it less specific. I had on my list that they will add virtual queuing in the park, definitely for multiple rides.
And I say, Dans Macabre is one of them. Dans
Yes,
Macabre, and
and
I think it will be the first.
They will introduce it probably with Dreamflies.
Still, the queues of Dans Macabre are often still up in front of Symbolica. And
I know.
But
But I think Dans Macabre will be one of like 5 attractions they will introduce this to.
maybe. Okay, so that rounds up our predictions for 2025. Let's do a quick recap again. Toverland introduces a new next level Halloween experience. Efteling will bring back the Wings of the Six Swans. Toverland will announce a dark ride. Efteling announces an indoor drop tower. Efteling introduces a themed suite at the Wonder Hotel themed after Dans Macabre. And my reserve was Dans Macabre will get virtual queuing on busy days. And yours?
Mine are the introduction of King Winter in Efteling, where we will see him, not only hear him, but also see him next year. Carnival Festival will become a Yoki and Jet ride with an exit through the gift shop as an extra bonus, but they will announce it, so it's not yet built. Phase 2 of Archipel will be built next year, also in Efteling.
Or at least they started.
Okay, at least they started. Yeah, that's true.
They broke grounds.
They broke ground. Hellendoorn will stop with their nighttime Halloween event Screams. Ruigrijk will get an indoor store. And Lavelaar will get a small ride like the Six Swans.
Okay, that is really good. Let's hope they will come true, most of them.
It's also a lot of work for Efteling, I realize this.
And I actually hope that Hellendoorn will find its love for Halloween and they will continue Screams in a next level experience, because it can use some tender love and care.
It has potential and it needs tender love and care.
What do you think of our predictions?
Yes.
Which one do you think will come true, or which one is way far too fetched? Let us know down in the comments.
And will you stay in the Dans Macabre suite, or will you be like me and just not sleep in that kind of suite? Let us know.
We love to hear from you. And if you want to talk about this kind of stuff with us, maybe you want to become a patron of our channel, we have a WhatsApp community and they thought with us for these predictions as well. head over to patreon.com and select the tier that suits you best. We would love to welcome you in our network. And of
Definitely.
course, don't forget to give a thumbs up to this video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Well, that's all for now. We hope to see you in our next video.
See ya.